I'm Alexander Surya. I'm Alexander Surya, Johnny Mole on the right hand, penguin duck birthmark. So a piece of what's going on is as well is there's this army of confidence men and swindlers involved with an illegal gambling ring, terrorist organization, who are also involved with financial crimes, economic espionage. They're masquerading around as secret police, researchers, people in movies, law enforcement agents, businessmen, etc. They have this thing they call looking official. So, for instance, in some computer world, one of these telepathy guys I hear tells people he's in the CIA because it, quote, looks official. So they're all about power perception and tricking people's minds and pulling hustles. And they're like these little confidence men swindlers. So, for instance, one of the tools they use to look official or to pull their hustles and trick people to look official, look credible, look believable is their tech. Their tech where you can see the thoughts that come to awareness uh, on a computer as type text, and thoughts that images that come to awareness show up on a computer screen as an image. That's one of their tools to look official. The real truth is they only know how to investigate one guy, which is me. And they're not even investigating me. They're manufacturing evidence a vast majority of the time and then just trying to find a way to make me look like a criminal so they can sell information to people as confidence men. And they're thinking they're getting real information on a criminal when it's just some random guy who lives at his parents' house being held hostage by terrorists. And then they'll make up stuff so people want to buy their info. That's a piece of this. But so one of the ways they look official is by using their novel tech and then taking advantage of people with the novelty of the tech. They don't tell you they don't know how to implant. They don't even know how to make the brain computer interface. They don't even know how the brain computer interface works, let alone the other implantables. They don't even know where to place the brain computer interface. They don't even know what the brain computer interface is made out of. They'll make up something like adamantium or something, but I don't think it's really adamantium. I think that's another piece of their financial crimes hustles is they don't even know what it's made out of, and maybe they put this adamantium in some realm so people would invest in it because these guys are confidence men and swindlers. That's my theory. Because the guy who started telling me it was made out of adamantium via telepathy, he was asking me how implantation worked. And I just told him I theorized model that I think it's a nano to femto manufacturing like process via ion beam implantation. I don't think that's right. That's just my theory. I don't study expert physics, this and that. That was just a theory I developed. And then supposedly out of the blue, some of these telepathy people out here started pretending they made up implantation and they were using my theory. So I was like, the fuck is going on? So it's like this weird game of telephone. So I think this guy telling people it's adamantium was pulling a financial crimes hustle, planting a rumor that that these devices are going to be the wave of the future. You should invest in adamantium. So that may be another piece of their financial crimes hustles. But so I don't even know if it's made of adamantium. I have no clue. Or adamantite. Because I think adamantium is actually what Wolverine's fucking claws are made out of. But maybe they're mistaking it for adamantite. So key point. So maybe he meant adamantite, but was calling it adamantium, which is I think Wolverine's fucking claws. So Wolverine X-Men, yeah. So just pay attention to that. But another piece of this is yeah, because there is an element that sounds like adamantium, but I think it's adamantite if I remember correctly. But adamantium is Wolverine's claws. I'm pretty sure. Oh, so maybe he was putting adamantite, or maybe this guy who's such a bullshit artist thought he read adamantium, but it was adamantite or something, and then put adamantium. But then people were like, Wolverine's claws. What? I have no clue, but maybe he was trying to get people to invest in adamantite or something. I have no clue what he was doing. That's just theory, but that's my theory of how these people think. Regardless of that, so they like to look official. So I wouldn't even be surprised. One story, one of these telepathy people were telling me, some kid would show up with a translator, so he looked official, like he's some wealthy guy or some diplomat, and he's got a translator, and they speak whatever language whatever idea they're trying to sell. They bring their translator, but supposedly it was his wife, and she just knew a foreign language because she studied the language because she went to college to study a specific culture, and then he pretended like she was his official translator. So they got hustles like that. They'll bring fake translators who aren't even really translators, and or they're their family members who just know a different language, and they use this translator hustle to look official. I wouldn't be surprised if they even pull people in that are official, people of occupational status, and they had pulled them into an illegal investment or illegal gambling ring and blackmailed them and use people of face to up their official game and look more credible. They may be doing that too, blackmailing people who are actually have occupational status to help sell their agendas and ideas and push their power of persuasion jazz and up their power of persuasion game. So they could be doing that too. I wouldn't be surprised. Some of these guys use uniforms and pretend that they're law enforcement. So I wouldn't be surprised if some guy, one of these shitbags, about like some military garb and like put all these weird little medallions, like he's like some, war veteran or something, just running around with little medallions. And, this guy's never even been to a war in his goddamn life. He hadn't even been on a fucking army base. I wouldn't be surprised if they've tried to pull that shit. And like he shows up, they'll be like, call the colonel. And he walks in his garb and he's got all this stuff. So one way to catch these shitbags, and they probably even make fake badges, fake this, fake that. So one way to catch these shitbags is they'll throw around, they have lines and operate with scripts, is the vibe I'm getting. So they'll throw out some jargon, to look official as well. Even the way they speak, they try to look official. So they'll throw around some jargon. But if you dig deeper and really ask them questions about their occupation, what they do, they won't be able to answer it. And that's how you catch them, because they'll operate with scripts and then they'll purposely throw out these some jargons or a few phrases of jargon associated with whatever community they're impersonating to sell this official idea. But if you dig deeper, you'll see they have no fucking clue what they're talking about. So that's one way to catch these guys in their these guys trying to look official and selling this idea of official, whether through garb, speech and garb, novel tech, etc. So if you start seeing a guy throwing out some jargon, ask him some more questions, dig deeper. Like a guy claiming to be CIA and he throws out some story. Ask him some more questions the CIA would know. Or if there's some guy pretending to be an army guy and he tells some war story or some bullshit, ask him something else some army guys would know. You hear what I'm saying? So that's one thing you do. And also, if you're a government official, army, CIA, maybe you should send law enforcement some key questions to law enforcement agents in case these guys, these competence men and swindlers show up. Give them a list of questions to run them through to make sure they're in the CIA or army or government official, that someone could ask them. And if they don't know them, you'd know they weren't in such. Maybe they should do that too. But praise Jesus, don't fall for their official hustle either. They got that hustle. They'll peddle translators. They'll wear garb. They'll hurl around some jargon, X, Y, and Z. They'll show you their novel tech. Don't trust them. They're terrorists. They're criminals, evildoers, and more Satan than Satan. Praise Jesus. And they'll tell you some lie. It's for a bet, or it's a game of delusions, or a power of persuasion. But no, they're trying to frame people, trying to harm people, but they just fail often. And then their cover up for their attempts to frame, their slander, etc. is, it's for a bet, or it's a game of delusions. Don't fall for it. It's attempts to frames and slander. Bet my life.